Blastpop here, looking at Omaha Beachhead. I had just opened up the shrink off of this particular box and was disappointed to find that the counter tray was missing. Other than that, this is a classic design by Joe Balkowski, which he used this system in 4 different games as far as I remember. There was this one, obviously, Omaha Beachhead, which covers the battle for the bocage and initial landing at Omaha. Also, additionally, there was Sanlo, which was by West End Games, Korea by Victory Games, and then another offering by West End Games on the Normandy campaign, whose title escapes me at the moment. Using a common set of rules for the Normandy campaign, except the Korean game, which is considered to be probably the most classic of the set of 4 by Joe Balkowski. This was published by Victory Games in 1987. And graphically, it hasn't aged particularly well. I have played it some years ago, and the game is actually reasonably good. Instrument of Death, otherwise known as dice. Again, no counter tray. I feel cheated. But I won't let that stop me from perusing the game and liking it. And typical Victory game rules. Well done. Very little questions as to how to play the game. Your combat value, anti-tank value, movement allowance. The basic design of the counters. The counters are uninspired in my opinion, but appropriate probably to a game 30 plus years old. A little bit of color with some illustrations. And the heart of the game is operations. Typical rules as far as hex encounter, armor differentials, and 3 scenarios which are kind of disappointing: short, medium, and long. I guess from the point of view of most players, they'll probably only want to play the short one, because after a while, it probably is all-American in terms of the way the game is going to go. And it probably isn't much fun for the German getting attacked and destroyed and defeated turn after turn. Some history. Weighs in at 24 pages. A small counter sheet of markers. Nothing fancy, certainly serviceable. A US player aid card. Combat results table. Observation, operation summaries, barrage. The counters, as I alluded to before, lackluster, but once clipped and on the board, they're more than serviceable. Backside. A German player card with much the same information. the American card. A turn record chart. And as you can see, it's a 10-turn game, and the Americans get a lot of reinforcements, and the Germans not quite so much. Definitely an uphill battle for the Germans once the Americans establish a beachhead, which I'm sure they probably will in most games. And the map also somewhat lackluster. As the counters are. Too bad the map didn't receive some extra love when it was being done. But there's no question as to what the terrain is looking at the map. Causeways across the marsh. First wave boxes of what's coming in for the Americans. And the different colors represent different elevations of terrain. Cool. The gap. So there you have it. This has been Victory Games Omaha Beach. Please like this video and add any comments and subscribe. This has been Blastpop.